Hi guys, my name is Zahid Baloch. I'm from Karachi, Pakistan. Recently, I immigrated to UK. Now I'm a British citizen. I'm 37-year-old. Just introduction from I'm a pharmacist, and like many people, like many professionals, after 35 and 37-year-old, you feel bored and you decide to leave the job and just to chill out, to see the world actually. So I've decided to visit different countries, and my top list was Rome, Italy, and then we have Florence and Venice and Turkey, Egypt. Recently, I've been to Egypt as well. So when historically you talk about Rome, there's a big connection, between Rome and Egypt. And when you visit Rome, you will see a lot of evidence of that, and you will see a lot of Egyptian artifacts. And when you go back to history, you will learn that different movies been made on this subject, like Cleopatra, Gladiator, or different other movies, So it's interesting. It's a very interesting country. That's why you have selected to visit Rome, because Rome is a very rich history, and it's full of history, of the Roman Empire. So it is very important if you are interested in traveling. So you should visit Rome. It's a very historical place, and apart from this, is Vatican City is also in Rome. So apart from this introduction, there are certain tips. When you go to a new country, new place, you don't know a lot of things, and basically you get robbed by taxi drivers and other people and get overcharged. So the same way in Rome, there are certain things you have to be vigilant on certain things. There are certain tips about Rome, and there is one pass called Roma Pass, which is very important. So you have to buy that online from government website. You have to produce your ID, passport, and then there's certain charges. The benefit of Roma Pass is there are certain places. Basically, it gives you discount and traveling privileges which you don't get normally, and especially if the long queues. If you have a Roma Pass, you will avoid long queues in certain places, and you have to skip the queues. So apart from this, when you arrive on airport, you will a lot of people do a mistake and they book their hotel near airport away from city center, ending up paying taxis and other charges. So my advice is to book the hotel near city center. But from airport to city center, there is a bus service available by the government, and it's heavily subsidized and it's cheap, and you got free Wi-Fi as well. So my advice is not to hire a taxi and plan your travel. Don't arrive in. I did a big mistake. I arrived in Rome in at midnight. My flight was in midnight. I didn't plan it, and I ended up paying €50 to a taxi driver, which was quite reckless, and he was over speeding, and it was not a good experience, to be honest, to arrive in Rome with at midnight, when the bus service is not available, and city center is full of graffitis and a lot of drug addicts in Rome. So you have to be very careful, so plan your journey. And there are certain other things which I'll guide you through this video, and they're very important tips and important places. So let's start with this introduction, and I'll guide you through further on this video. Just let's stop that.
En ik denk echt dat zo'n wonderlijke reden zijn.
Hi. This is the most, I know what you were thinking, this is the most famous historical site, the Colosseum. That's why I put it on number one. It is also in town center, located in town center, and it looks beautiful in the evening with lights on as well. So the queues could be long. I've used my Roma pass and I've avoided queues, and I basically entered. Then again inside, they will you have two choices that you can go free, roam free like I did, and or you can hire a tour guide if you're interested. If your interest is very deep in history, then there are certain small places inside the Coliseum, different artifacts and small museums. So there are some pay professional tour guides, and that option is included in your Roma pass. So if you have plenty of time, so you can stay and chill out. And don't forget that you must have your trainers on and plenty of water. There is water available, drinking water available in Rome, but you can buy them as well. So there's another thing. You must have watched the movie The Gladiator, Russell Crowe, which was Oscar winning. It was shot on this site, and then Spartacus and many other movies were shot on this place, and it's a brilliant, fascinating place. And gladiators were basically the Roman slaves, and it was their way of life. Some of them were celebrities as well, so a lot of people dead on this side. So they died fighting, impressing the emperor or the Roman. That was the Roman dominance to the world, to show them the message. So if you stood there, you must be thinking that 10,000, maybe thousand of at least 10,000 people died on this site fighting and pleasing the crowd. So it was a bit barbaric experience. So I mean, but I was shocked. I really paid the tribute. I think some people say this place is haunted because there so many people died a tragic death. So let's go to the second second most important place I visited. Well, this is a Trevi Fountain, another very famous place, especially favorite for young couples. And there is a beautiful fountain, and this place has been recently refurbished, so you can see very clear water, crystal clear water. I couldn't take this snap. And couples are throwing coins for luck. So young couples, a lot of young couples, but there are two Trevi fountains. So this is the main one. There's another one next. Again, these sites are very like 5 to 10 minutes on by foot. So best be traveling. And you can see in this video there is a very congested place. There is a policeman whistling as well, and there are a lot of beggars as well. You can see some beggars, professional beggars, and there could be some pickpocketers. So I didn't stay there for. I only spent 10 minutes there. I felt very claustrophobic in this place. It's too much congested, and there is armed guards and armies there as well because of the terrorist attacks and all that. So I left very quickly. Basically, I would suggest be careful on this side because it's locked from different places and congested. So be aware again. So this was Trevi Fountain.
Come stai? Come stai?
You have to connect this to the.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
Hi, so again this is another site. It's just 10 minutes walk from Trevi Fountain. It's called Piazza. There's some shopping centers around. So while traveling in Rome, I did my homework, and I did learn some phrases in Italian, which is very important because Italian people, they don't tend to speak English. Like if you go any foreign country, to be honest, very few people speak English. So I've learned some phrases from YouTube, and it's an easy language, and it will help you in Spain as well. Like phrases like "Como está?" How are you? Which means how are you? And "Ciao" means hi, and "Signore" means sir. And like other things like "Arrivederci" means bye, and per favore means please, and "Mi dispiace" means I'm sorry. And there's many other softwares available on YouTube tutorials. So if you are interested, you're interested, then you can actually learn Italian. And there are some other things you have to be aware of, like I said, internet could be a problem because everybody use Google, Google Earth, or Google Map to go from point A to B. But your hotel has only Wi-Fi, which is in hotel. So its best bet is to get a SIM card, a local SIM card, or use Vodafone roam free, or just let your mobile company that you're going on holidays, and they will do something about it. You know what I mean? And then you can Google places and go from point A to B. So let's go to another side, next site. Right, so we have a Pantheon, like it's a museum, and it's very beautiful from inside. And surrounding areas, there's money changer and a lot of ice cream shops. Like a famous ice cream is gelato, so you might enjoy it. So I actually arrived in September. It was quite warm in September, surprisingly 30 plus. So a lot of people you can see in the video, they're wearing summer dresses in September. So I think I should advise you the same thing to do, you to be honest. And one mistake I did was I used the money changer, which was just outside the Pantheon, and it was quite a ripper actually. They ripped me off. The charges was hidden charges and all that. So I would advise you, if you want money, your best bet is you buy it from your country. And next time we'll go from Sainsbury or a supermarket, you get loyalty points as well, and the rates are much cheaper than going to these money changers. So I would avoid them at any chance. Food is cheap, gelato ice creams are cheap as well. But again, I think when you're leaving hotel, just be aware of taxes, like hotel taxes, which is not mentioned in the package, and it comes up with a surprise. So let's go to the next site with some more advice on that.
Sorry, mate. Sorry. It's alright.
I don't know which way you're going.
No, I'm not going anywhere.
Well, again, these Spanish steps, I found them very interesting actually. There are 99 steps, and if it's raining, seriously, I wouldn't bother going there with slippery shoes and all that. If someone push you from 99 steps, you will end up in the hospital, to be honest. But it's quite sunny, and if you have strong legs, then I think you should go. It's a good exercise, but like I said, if it's raining, I wouldn't bother. But then there's another tip that my battery was running out, so I bought a bank, which is called a backup battery, and it did help me around. My battery get charged, fully charged. So I think let's go to the next site.
And they were set up one.
Sorry, mate.
Βλέπετε παιδιά πάνω στο τραπέζι, το κόκκινο τραπέζι, είναι τα ψηφοδέλτια που κανένα.
Yeah, this last site I went was Vatican City, and it's a bit tricky in Vatican City, to be honest. It's been closed for centuries, since centuries, for normal public, but now it's open for general public. There are a lot of conspiracies and yeah, you must have watched the Da Vinci Code and other movies. We haven't seen the Pope around, but when you go to the Vatican City, there is a small office for tourists, guided tourists. And as I mentioned before, the queues could be miles long. It could take 3 hours. If you take the first option, which is free, with 3 hours you won't see a different site. They won't allow you. So you must buy a guided tour package. So I found it a bit awkward, but I have to pay like €35 extra. Then we have to wait for our guided tours, which was that lady with the mic and speaker, and then we have different countries people. Like we have 71-year-old Mary and her husband, and she was quite fit, and took a couple of hours. At this age, I mean, it was warm and took a lot of time, and there's a lot of knowledge to take, a lot of sculptures, expensive Michelangelo, and other things Roman have made, like the world map, and from inside is quite beautiful. And Sistine Chapel, I would say that there is a problem. They won't allow the ladies with fancy dresses. You must cover up in Sistine Chapel, and there are no cameras allowed in Sistine Chapel. After Basilica, you went there. There's so many places in Vatican, so that's a bit tricky. But it's on your choice. You want to prefer the guided tour, or you want to go by your own. So it depends what kind of person you are, to be honest. You want to spend money and you want some knowledge, or some people don't bother, to be honest. Some people, there was a lot of arguments going on the queue, because the queue might take 3 hours. This is too much for me, so I just avoided it. But it still took 1 hour for the guided tour, and the lady was quite nice and she helped us. But I would suggest the authority, they should at least arrange a free drink, a cup of coffee, or water for the people. €35 for nothing, what I mean. And but anyway, so we headed towards the hotel, and There are many other sites, but I will keep it short. And these are the basic tips for the Roman, plus do and in Rome, do and don'ts, and some tips, so you should be aware of. So that's it, to be honest. And I'm Zahidul Maloch, and I'll leave it with you. And best of luck and enjoy your tour in Rome. And I would appreciate any comments and any subscribes. Some other travel guides of Turkey and Egypt have uploaded them on YouTube. So thank you very much. Look after yourself, and you only live once, so spend your money. Don't leave it in the bank. Take the bankers away. Enjoy your life. Inflation is, you don't know what's next to the corner. Is another collapse coming? Financial collapse. Just enjoy a war, a nuclear war can end up. So I'll say enjoy. Thank you very much. See you later. Bye bye.